My name is Walter Moreau. I'm the director at Foundation Communities. I am very honored and very excited to welcome you all to the Loretta Apartments. Our dream today is to celebrate the opening of the Loretta. It takes about 5 years to build affordable housing and get to this celebratory day. We've been, over the last 2-3 months, we've been welcoming home 137 families to the Loretta to welcome them home. The number one question I get about the Loretta is, why is it called the Loretta? So I have to tell the story. 6 years ago, we cut the ribbon on the Lakeline Station apartments right at the end of the street. 135 families, a beautiful learning center. And it filled right away, and we were looking down the road, and this was agricultural land. There was a contractor that was running cattle. I think, Gail, you helped us find it. And I don't know how that works. If you run longhorn cattle, you get an agricultural exemption. So he had bluebonnets, a beautiful longhorn, and then there was a baby calf named Loretta, after Loretta Lynn. And apparently the train would stop, people would take pictures of this calf, and it was quite popular in the area. And when we always struggle, sorry about the tree trimmer, we always struggle to come up with names. Like, we keep a spreadsheet and we brainstorm and we vote, but this one was obvious from the get-go that Loretta was going to be called the Loretta. And to honor, and Loretta apparently now had babies, and the babies have babies, so Loretta's a grandmother. And I'm really grateful to Jay Muzak, where are you, Jay? Our muralist, who created this 3-story amazing mural in honor of our namesake. So if you haven't seen it, on your way out, it's just through the buildings, and you can't miss it. One of the things we love about being here is the location. The Red Line train station is right across the street. Not just the train, but also the bus service that's there. We're really close to shopping, restaurants, services. Texas Children's Hospital is now right here. A big focus for us at the Loretta is to serve families with larger families, households with kids. We have a lot of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom, so having all those services and jobs so close is really phenomenal. I think one thing that makes me really proud at Foundation Communities, our local nonprofit, we've been around for 35 years. We've never sold any of our properties. We want to build Loretta to be beautiful, to be as green, and keep utilities low as much as possible. We're never going to sell this property. So we want it to be an asset for the community for the next 100 years. None of us will be here probably, but you were here at the ribbon cutting. We have a number of speakers. I'll let them introduce themselves, but we could not build Loretta without the city of Austin, so I'm very honored that Councilmember Kelly is going to speak in a minute, and Mandy DeMeo from the Housing Department. Our biggest financial investor in Loretta is Wells Fargo, and Chris Rios is going to speak from Wells Fargo. And then we have housing credits, which are managed, and we're incredibly grateful to the Texas Department of Housing, and Bobby Wilkinson's going to share a few words about their role. The other, I think, most impactful thing that we are doing here is that 14 of the apartments we have a preference for families with children that have been homeless. So this is a huge need in Austin. When we think about the homeless, we often think of the campgrounds or panhandlers, and those are most often singles. Families with kids, we don't see as much. They may be at the shelter or doubled up or in a car. And so we've made that a real preference here. And I'm honored that we have 14 families with kids that can get back on their feet. We provide a lot of services around employment, education, childcare, health, trying to help those families really get back on their feet. And one success story, I've just met Glenda, and she is a wonderful mom who's found success here, and has volunteered to share her story, and we're grateful to be part of your story. So please welcome Glenda to come share your story.
Okay. First of all, I want to say I don't do this every day, so excuse the emotions. This is my daughter Loretta, and my son George is sitting in the crowd. And anyways, I want to thank you all for being here and part of this special event to the apartment community. My name is Glenda Dennis, and I live here with my 2 children at the at the Loretta Lands. I've been here since November. I was one of the 9 families here on the property. Okay, so we love it here because it is very secluded. We came from Galveston, and basically what happened was we were living here in Austin. Rent got high, and my job was cut back, and basically child support is definitely a big part in helping take care of the children, but it was not coming in, so it was no longer a resource. And so being in desperate need of help, and this is where I get emotional, sorry. I started reaching out to different resources over the internet, and between my landlord to the previous residency that we were living at, he had suggested to contact the foundation communities, and so I had put in an application online through foundation communities, and basically I also had at the time St. Vincent de Paul Church. They were also helping me as far as with basic needs and utilities for the children at the previous residence that we lived at before we came here. And so along the way, it was a very stressful situation, and the worst part was that it was affecting my children. My daughter was having trouble sleeping, and since we have been here, she has not had any trouble sleeping. Her anxiety level has gone down. My son loves to come out and play with all the kids. The basketball court is amazing. It's just not used for basketball. They come out and also play soccer. So anyways, with all these great organizations, and foundation community and the Department of CHI, which is the Children's Initiative Program, they were able to help us move in here. And Sean Parker, he was my intake person and my guardian angel. Sorry. He helped me through a lot, along with the process of CHI, and basically keeping my spirits up through the whole program. And then, so in November when we moved here, we got to where we were able to start affording things because of paying half the rent that I was paying at $17.95. It's now half of that. And it just seems like the world has been lifted off my shoulders. And in November, we received the Welcome Home keychain, and of course, very new appliances, very spacious apartment, the basketball court, the playground, just the property is very beautiful. And I just know that now we're in stable housing, and I can focus more on moving forward because of CHI helping me. But if it wasn't for Sean Parker, if you can stand up so everybody can see you. My daughter's nickname for him is NBA player, so. And then also, since I've been here at the property, I went from Sean Parker, who we still communicate very well. And I also want to say thank you to Arlen. So if you can please stand up. She's very helpful. And basically just, I never thought that being a single mom at, we won't say my age, has been very expensive. And I know a lot of families go through it. And so I just kind of want to be the outreach for everybody and let them know that resources are definitely out there. And we couldn't have done it without a lot of city, organizations and funding. And I just want to move forward and just give everybody the hope that there is help out there. And thanking Foundation Community. They're like family to me now. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of you as well, because I know it takes a lot. So thank you.
This is just for me. Thank you, Glenda, for sharing your story, and welcome home. One of the biggest and most important partners we have is the City of Austin, and sometimes people like to complain about the city. But the truth is, we couldn't build Loretta without you. You help us with zoning, permits, inspections, the whole process, and so I am on to welcome Councilmember Kelly to share a few remarks, and then Mandy.
Well, good morning, everyone, and what a beautiful morning it is today. Thank you so much to Walter. Congratulations so much on opening the Loretta, for everyone who's here who had a part in this role. And a special thank you to Glenda for sharing your story. I'm so glad that you found your way to the Loretta, and it sounds like it was a real difficult journey that a lot of people experience. And I can tell that you are just so much better off with the housing that you found here. So I know that there are others who share that, and it was really great for you to share that with us today. I proudly represent District 6 here in the city of Austin, which is about as far northwest as you can get from downtown. I have a deep connection and understanding to the community I serve because I myself am a lifetime resident of this district, born and raised here. And as a born and raised Austinite, I have firsthand knowledge of the unique challenges and opportunities that our city faces when it comes to housing. The grand opening of this beautiful community, the Loretta in District 6, is a positive step towards addressing the need for affordable housing. It is a testament to the commitment of our community to create a better and more affordable Austin for all of its residents. It's clear to me, after speaking with many individuals here today, and then also from the talks that I've had before, that Foundation Communities builds communities that anyone would be proud to call home, and we can't wait to show you how beautiful the property is for everyone who will live here. Now we'll hear from Mandy DeMeo. She's the interim director of the City of Austin's Housing Department, and I keep asking when she's going to be the permanent one. Mandy, thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Kelly, and thank you all for being here at this amazing morning celebration of the Loretta. We at the city are proud to be a long-standing supporter of Foundation Communities. I think we have been working with Foundation Communities. Walter, you said you're in your 35th year. It's been at least 30 years that the city of Austin has played a small part, but a supporter of Foundation Communities and all of the developments, much like this one, that really exemplify what affordable housing can be. I am thrilled to be out here because this particular property really showcases some of the important aspects of affordable housing. It's more than housing, it is housing and services. We know that housing and quality housing and comprehensive services are what help families to succeed. We also are at the intersection. I'm waiting for a train to come by, but we are right next to the rail station, and at the housing department, we are really keenly focused on aligning our housing with transportation, and there's no better example of that than here at the Loretta. The reason for that, as you all know, housing is expensive, transportation is expensive as well. And if we can bring down those costs, if we can put housing in neighborhoods where there are amenities, there's medical care, there's shopping, there's employment, and there's public transportation, it's a win-win-win-win. So we are really proud. Congratulations to Foundation Communities. I will say this is the best part of the job. Last week, I think it was, that the Austin Housing Finance Corporation Board approved more than $50 million for 9 new developments, affordable housing developments. Super exciting. But we're not going to get to go to those groundbreakings for several more years, or grand openings for several more years. So this is really what it's all about, where we get to see Glenda and her family. We get to see possibilities. We get to see an example of what affordable housing can be. It's thrilling to be here. Thank you so much. I am going to turn it over to Chris Rios with Wells Fargo to talk a little bit more about the Loretta.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Feeling good? Excellent. My name is Christopher Rios with the Wells Fargo Foundation, and want to take a moment to just express our thankfulness to be here with you all today, and everyone's leadership in addressing this critical issue of affordable housing in Austin. It is heartening to see you all as leaders in this community to stepping up and continuing to make this crisis a top priority. We know that without very deliberate interventions from the public and private sector, this issue is just going to continue to grow. And at Wells Fargo, we're truly committed to our communities, our people, and making a real impact through action. There is no better nonprofit than Foundation Communities to tackle this issue of affordable housing. And the team, Walter, your team is outstanding. Where are you, Walter? I always lose you. I'm sorry. It's the sun. Walter, it's been amazing what you and this organization have been able to do in these past years. And it's been amazing to learn, since I've been here at Wells Fargo for 2 years, the true partnership and lasting impact we've done together. In fact, over the past decade, it feels like there hasn't been a year that Wells Fargo has not in some way, through financing, tax equity investment, philanthropy, we haven't been involved in a project in some way over the past decade. In fact, we've together brought close to 800 affordable units together to our Central Texas community. Can we just take a moment to applaud that? We're proud to be a part of this new addition to the FC family, the Loretta. And it's a full circle moment for our local team. I want to acknowledge some of our leaders from Wells Fargo. Mike Frisch, our market executive, thank you very much for being here. Andy Deskins, thank you very much for your leadership for our team. We were here just last year touring this, and to see what it's become is truly remarkable. And we're truly excited for the families and the individuals that are going to be calling this place home. I was spending time with my 5-year-old the other night, and we were playing a question game. We always play a question game to end the day. I threw this question out to my 5-year-old, and I asked him, Max, what's your favorite place in the world? And I was expecting him to tell me that I love pinballs right down the street. We always go to pinballs together. And he caught me off guard. He said, Dada, I love home. I love home. I'm safe at home, is what he told me. And then that really caught me off guard. After I composed myself a little bit, I started thinking about the context of what I do for a living and the people I get to work with, like Walter, like my team at Wells, into doing these things and being part of this family of leaders to get these things done. Because at Wells Fargo, we believe that every child should say something like that. Everyone in this world should have a safe, quality, and affordable home. And that is why we will continue to advocate and fund affordable housing solutions. And that's why we're honored to be a part of this grand opening. So I want to thank you all for being a part of this. Let's have a great day today. And I want to introduce another great leader who was instrumental in getting this done, Mr. Bobby Wilkinson. He's the Executive Director of the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Bobby, please join me. Thank you.
Good morning. Happy to be here today to open this beautiful community. I go to a few of these every now and then. We distribute tax credit equity, money for affordable housing across the state, urban and rural. But the foundation communities ones, special to me. There's really only two really strong supportive housing nonprofits that's constantly getting funded by us, and Walter and Foundation Communities is one of them. And it's happy to have it in my backyard here in Austin, and it's just important. Supportive housing for families is one of our greatest needs, provides vital services to some of the most vulnerable populations. Affordable housing developers are facing unprecedented challenges right now. High material, slow supply chain, labor shortages, increased interest rates. Wells Fargo, could y'all lower? Yeah. All affordable housing developers deserve recognition for getting the job done despite these challenges. I think for some project like this one with Foundation Communities, because of all the other resources they need to put in for supportive services, it's even harder. So, when you get that email from Walter, once, twice a week about Amplify or please donate, they really do need it. Despite the support they get from the city and from us, they're just doing so much more than the average tax credit affordable property. All 123 units in the Loretta are placed to call home for very low income individuals, not just medium, but low. 13 of the units are priority for families at risk of becoming homeless or who've experienced homelessness, families like Glenda and her son and daughter. Residents here are going to have access to a robust variety of supportive services and amenities for the next 50 plus years. I think Walter said 100, right? So we'll go with 100. That's great. It's special for us when we're funding a property like that because, they're only beholden to us for 30 years of affordability, and when we give it to an organization like Foundation Communities, we know that's a permanent investment. That's going to be there for people. We might have to fund it again to remodel it, in 30, 40 years, but we'll be happy to do so. We're proud to be a part of this project and the great work that Foundation Communities brings to the table. So happy to be here, and I'm going to turn it over to Walter. We're going to cut the ribbon, right?
Before we cut the ribbon, a few more thank yous. The Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas, Wells Fargo helped sponsor a grant from them. I don't think they're here today, but huge help. There's a full list. As I look out, I think everybody here has played a role in some way, and there's a whole list of the whole team of people who helped to create the Loretta. I especially want to thank Bartlett Koch, our general contractor. Overcame a lot of challenges, but here we are. I see a lot of volunteers, a lot of donors that have supported us and responded to the emails that I send about Amplify. So all of you make it possible. Last but not least, I really want to thank the Foundation Community staff, colleagues that I get to work with. It takes all the departments in our organization, but today's especially a happy day for the real estate development team, to Sabrina and Tilly and Luis and Anna and everybody else. Kyle, thank you for your hard work to get us here today. So I think there's just two last things. We're gonna cut the ribbon, and then there are some tours, and you can see an apartment and check out the Loretta. So everybody who's involved in cutting the ribbon, come on up, and thank you so much for being here today. All righty. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
You got it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.